So this is that whole hind quarter that we boned out. So this is the rounds. So it doesn't look like much right there. But again, when you start to follow seams, so I can feel right in there, there's a bit of a seam. So I just kind of follow that along. And that seam just kind of comes right out there. You can see it's starting to take shape there. And that will just cut right on through. And then we'll peel all this gunky stuff out. A little bit of vein and stuff in there. Now, this part here is the sirloin. Just put that aside there for now. Right here, we'll just put that one. And again, there's a muscle in there. Pulls apart really easy. Mostly you can do it with just your fingers. Doesn't matter a big animal or a small animal. It's all the same ones. And this is the eye of round. The eye of round is a nice lean cut. It's good for doing jerky with. If you like eye of round steaks, you can steak that up or leave it as a little roast. It's a tougher cut, so you want to use it more like a pot roast or I usually don't use eye of round as steaks. I usually do it up as a pot roast, or you can cut it up into beautiful looking stew meat or even burger trim. So again, you can do the medallions, and if you're doing it up into stew meat, I just like to give them a couple of cuts, and there's some nice stew meat there. I'm just going to put that off to the side there. And this is our heel coming out here. And that's usually just cut up for stew meat, or it goes into the burger trim. Oops, wrong one. And there's no cookies in there. This is mostly fat in here and sinew burger. And again, we just trim out. That's just good meat, but it's just funny shaped meat. So we've got our top round and our bottom round. Your inside out round and outside round. Now these I normally tie up into a roast and do them up as a pot roast. But if you want, you can cut them into steaks. And again, it's the same thing. I always like to trim off my ends so they're neat and tidy, and that'll go into there. And so you end up with your steaks like that off of there. And the same thing on this end. I would just take that off, and that's a nice little roast right there. This one here, again, square it off. with some nice roasts out of there, or steaks I mean, and some roasts, and I'll just tidy that up for the burger trim pile. And if you tie that off right there, you've got a nice size roast. Or if you just want a small one, you just keep cutting steaks down and from either direction until you've got a roast the size that you want.